Alright, well, it's that time of the year again, where Tim Apple comes out on stage, says his signature line, and talks about the exact same iPhone as last year. Now, I've kind of decided with myself, especially having to go back, during back to school season, I am absolutely sick and tired of this thing. And especially, I am so tired of my laptop. I mean, the M1 Max are great and all, but why can't I have both together? And also, why can't I have Windows? It looks like my prayers have been answered, boys. This right here is the last Windows phone Microsoft ever made, the Lumia 950. Well, technically the last. They still manufactured and sold them up until, I believe, 2018, giving updates until technically 2019. But, this is the last Windows phone, basically. It has access to Microsoft Continuum, which allows you to jam it into a monitor and do God knows what with it, like it's a computer. But, realistically, everybody's already heard about these phones when they came out, so I'm not doing like a 8-year-old phone review. I'm doing something a bit different. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually really like the Windows Phone UI. It's really nice, it's fluid, it works well on this phone. But there's one thing that these phones have that is extremely special, that you can't do with any other phone. I couldn't do this, for example, with my Z Flip, an iPhone. I can only do it with this phone, or technically an HP Elite X3, if anybody owns one of those, or an Alcatel Idol 4. But point being, I can only do it with this phone. And, well, because I don't want to ruin my perfect specimen of a Lumia 950, I bought two. Now, in case you're wondering, and are a little in the dark on what I'm actually talking about, somehow still, then I guess you're just going to have to sit, watch, and wait, because this right here is possibly one of my most stupid financial decisions, spending about $60 on two Lumia 950s, which are virtually identical except for one has a silly little sticker in the battery compartment and one doesn't. And we're going to be showing off, I think, one thing that Microsoft honestly probably should have and or could have done, which is Windows 11 running natively on a Microsoft Lumia 950, aka an 8-year-old Windows phone. So without any further ado, because only one of these has a back-end battery, and the battery's also expanding, so great job, Microsoft. We're going to take our normal, pure Windows phone, set her off to the side, and we have the disgusting Sinner phone. And we're going to just jam a battery into it, smack that back on. And this actually has wireless charging and USB Type-C, specifically USB 3.1 Type-C, I believe. And here we go. The Windows phone that God doesn't want us to have. The Lumia 950 with a Windows 11. So you can see here, it actually loads into a bootloader. I'm not going to bother showing this. It just, There we go. Okay, so we're just going to use my MacBook cable to add another layer of jank to this entire operation. Which I actually also can use to connect USB devices like SSDs to the phone. But we don't need that for the time being. I've already gotten my data that I need on this phone already. So we're basically good to go. We have virtually infinite range. So we're going to set it on its side here. Just like that. And now we have our guy. There's also a fly currently going through my bedroom, so. This right here is a 5.2 inch 1440p OLED display, so it's a good screen. It's just a shame that Windows looks so small on it, but hey. At least now it's a bit easier to control than with my big old fingers. So first of all, I want to go through just like overall usability, and I think we can first, I want to first look at the battery and everything on here real quick and see if I can tone the brightness down a little bit. Actually, let's dim the lights in here. So it's actually a lot brighter on the camera, surprisingly. I have gotten a couple apps installed. I kind of got Chrome, well, I got Chrome working, and I kind of have Steam working. The issue with this so far is that the Windows Phone has maybe 2 gigabytes of total free storage out of everything on the device. But because of the lack of storage, it makes it very difficult to do a lot of testing, and I figured that the C drive currently only has, or like, knowing that the C drive currently only has about 17 megabytes free, I really don't have any wiggle room to do testing until I get a fairly decent capacity SD card, which I should be able to actually pick up tomorrow, which I can either then add on. I'll either tack it onto this all onto this video or not. I'm not too sure. But you can see Chrome works. I haven't really tested like YouTube too much. I think I tried to open the Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio YouTube channel once, but ended up giving up because I had to leave earlier to go to Lowe's and didn't want the battery to explode while I was gone. Obviously, this isn't the fastest experience, and this is very impractical, but it's such a stupid thing to not own. I'm starting to think that YouTube might be a corporate... Also, this delay is absurd. Dude, I don't care about football, or like, is that Joe Rogan I can't see? We're gonna try and open the Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio. I feel like that's the worst one to open. Or like the worst thing to do is try and watch a live stream. We're gonna hope this works out though. If I can get some lo-fi hip hop chill music to, or beats to relax / study to, then we'll be good. I feel like being able to run the mobile version of YouTube would definitely help this phone a lot more though. I mean, the mobile version of YouTube isn't good by any standards, but it's not bad. And generally runs a bit easier. A Valorant ad. I'd also like to take this time to note that a normal, when I was using Microsoft Continuum earlier, I couldn't even get the Windows app or the Windows website to load using the like 6-year out of date version of Edge. Oh, playback. I think we're dropping a few frames here. What resolution? It's trying to catch up. We're not even at HD, so it's a little disappointing that we're not taking advantage of that full 1440p display, because that is actually a really beautifully crisp LCD or OLED panel. Yeah, Auto 240. Hike it down to 144 and we might be able to actually get like semi-smooth playback, I think. She is studying at like half a frame per second. We'll even full screen it. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Come on, YouTube, you don't have to render anything else. Oh? We've confirmed video playback is technically possible. What I want to see is probably going to either get this thing really warm or not work at all. That's Cinebench, right? And we're gonna see, we're gonna use the latest version of Cinebench R23. Doesn't say it supports ARM CPUs, but it doesn't say it doesn't support ARM CPUs. Alright gang, we're back. And actually, before I do jam this beautiful flash drive in, I'd just like to note that Windows Phone or the always on display feature from Windows Phone 10 actually still works running Windows 11 because of the community-made modified drivers. Or I believe I'd assume community-made. I don't think any company would claim this thing. We're gonna do a Cinebench run and probably set my house on fire. And after that, I think I'm gonna go to bed and probably like forget I recorded this video until 3 days from now when I'm bored as hell and I'm like, I should edit something. Here it is. Cinebench in all of its glory. What's it gonna do? With 700 megabytes of free memory, I believe. Alright, welcome to the most unrealistic test I think I have ever ran. Cinebench R23 on a 8-year-old Microsoft Lumia 950. Now, it says here, you can't really read it very well on the camera. It says the CPU is virtual CPU with 6 cores at 0.79 gigahertz. So we're gonna do multi-core. I think it might score close to like maybe, let's say 8th, 9th maybe. Cinebench is really not optimized for ARM, if you can't tell, by the staggering performance. I know, it's really hard to tell actually, like, this is really high performance. I mean, like, honestly, you could tell me there was like a Ryzen 9 5950X or something in that bad boy, and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. That's so fast and looks like it's running natively on the hardware without any emulation. This whole, like, display fragmenting issue, I have no clue what's going on with that. If I had to guess, though, the multi-core on this is maybe 6. It will go through a 20-minute gauntlet of testing and result with maybe a score of 7, possibly 8. Oh. Not enough memory. Oh, it's running a multi-core oh, Packwatch, rest in piss, you won't be missed. I mean, with that's a good way to end off this first video of the Lumia 950 Chronicles. It really shows off the power of this phone. In the next video, I'm going to try and get Minecraft 1.8 at a minimum to run somewhat well on this. I don't know if somewhat, like, I'm going to try and at least get it to run somewhat well would be a blessing. Who's that, Jim? Good night, my sweet prince. Yeah, with that, thanks for watching this horrific Lumia-related shenanigan of a video. I'm gonna go and juice this guy back up. I might make a video comparing Windows Phone 10 to Windows 11 in terms of usability, because there are good arguments towards both sides. Like Windows Phone 11 or Windows Phone 10 actually runs natively, without any issues. And then Windows 11 has a working web browser straight out of the box. Beautiful, I know. But yeah, with that, I'm tired. So yeah, I'm going to, I guess, work on this guy another time. Unfortunate that we couldn't get a Cinebench score out of it. I would have loved to laugh at the Cinebench score of 4 that this thing would have probably gotten. But with that, thank you for watching this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. I forgot something again. I'm stupid. And I'm going to suffer for it. I really should remember this while recording the video the first time around. But, I never showed off local file video playback, which is entirely different from doing it via Chrome. Because Chrome uses so much memory. It's honestly like the worst possible way I could have showed this off. If I really wanted to show off video playback, I would have found a lighter web browser or used some Firefox. So, on the same flash drive that I have Cinebench, I loaded up a speedrun of my Minecraft MMORPG server. Wow, that's really fucking lame for me to say. It's a 1080p, 60 FPS, 6,000 kilobits per second video. So, it's not stretching the hardware to the max, but I know that it should be at least, like the file size is at least less than the free amount of, oh. We need to get VLC installed. I forgot, and I'm playing with Spring right now. I'm gonna find VLC Media Player, because I know that has a native ARM version. And I want this thing to have as much justice as possible, because I love it too much. Okay. I got the correct version of VLC for ARM installed on the phone, and we're gonna test video playback. Because, I mean, this should be able to play back a 1080p video, right? It's not even full res for the display. It's running on an ARM optimized native app. It should be fine. It's not even gonna fill up the memory. Come on. VLC, media player, play media. That's not media. Come on. Oh.
Oh, wait, never mind. We're doing a Mythicraft speedrun of Alpha 010. On the previous server, in my case, as this is running off of bare metal hardware, literally like feet away from me.
Dude, this is
For the first attempt,
perfectly good video playback.
dark place, where it doesn't need to be.
I don't think there's any frames dropped. This is 1080p. Looks good, actually. Like,
This is why being able to
I could totally, I mean, like, the speakers aren't great, but that's a really good screen for, like, watching that kind of stuff.
and run minor mic, which is good because he's just right here.
And then also, because this is an ass-old phone, it still has a headphone jack.
Elevator operator 1.
I think that's a good, like, usable niche for this device, is video playback. Or media. Like, I could see this being totally useful if you're trying to control, like, a media deck. Fucking, like, DJing or some shit. You just need a device to jam all your music into. That has a headphone jack. And is, like, open for you to twiddle with and get whatever you need running on it. Alright, good night, everybody. I'm gonna go sleepy now.